So for the first of the parables that we're going to be going through, we're actually going to go into Surah of Ibrahim, the 14th chapter of the Qur'an, which is named after, of course, Ibrahim alayhi salam, a major figure or personality within our tradition. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually at the end of our first example says, وَيَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ الْأَمْثَالَ لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strikes examples for us so that we might be people who يَتَذَكَّرُونَ, who constantly remember. And one of the things we really appreciate about the idea of examples in the Qur'an to begin with is, one, of course, they have within it a lesson, but also they give with it a reminder so that when you see these things in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this one particularly will be talking about trees in the environment, that you immediately start thinking, well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sunnah is found in the world all around me. So when I see it, I get to understand which part of that am I living in this moment. So with that, we're going to get into the first parable in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ دَرَبَ اللَّهُ مَثَلًا كَلِمَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ. Have you not seen or have you not considered how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set forth the example of kalimatan tayyibatan, the good word. It's the idea of like when you speak well, when a good thing is said to you, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues from there, كَشَجَرَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ. It's like a good tree. أَصْلُهَا ثَابِتٌ وَفَرْعُهَا فِي السَّمَاءِ. Its roots are deep and its branches reach really high into the sky. And already here we have this appreciation that something as simple as a word, it's the easiest thing for us to do. My 2-year-old can speak words. It's really easy for us to do, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, have you not considered a well thought out word? That it's not something that's just surface level, but actually it's like a tree. You might just see one part of the tree, but there's a part of the tree you don't see, the thought that went into it, the roots and how it's grounded. And also sometimes when you see a tree, you might see it at eye level, but you don't realize how high does it go up into the sky? How many effects does it really have? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues, تُؤْتِي أُكُلَهَا كُلَّ حِينٌ بِإِذْنِ رَبِّي. By the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's constantly giving fruits. وَيَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ الْأَمْثَالُ لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ. It's constantly, and Allah gives examples so that people might remember. The tree, not only is it deeply branched, it can stick to itself, it has the ability of withstanding wind, rain, whatever season, it's able to take all of that, but also it freely gives from itself. And this is where I want us to really focus on, especially as we're navigating campus life and college life, that there will be people out there who enter into an environment and they want to do what? They want to take as many resources as they can and then leave. But actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says a good word is actually one that does what? It's like a tree. A tree takes from its environment, but then it gives back. It takes nutrition from the ground around it. It grows into something beautiful, but then it gives fruits right back, and it does not differentiate who it's going to give to and who it's not going to give to. It actually leaves the environment, leaves the environment in a better state than it found it. It takes nutrition for itself, but then it also creates an entire environment around it that is going to be beneficial for those that come after. And it's almost this idea that a tree, a forest actually begins with a single tree, because what does that tree do? And the next time you go and look at a tree, look at it. One tree, when it's sustaining itself properly, look underneath it. What is it? There's typically other plants all around. There's homes for animals. There's shade that it produces. There's so much good. It creates an entire environment around it. And that's what we're supposed to be in this world, that we're supposed to be people not just that take nutrition and leave, but actually as we are benefiting from the sustenance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, we create an environment in which other people can also benefit with the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. And oftentimes it's just changing the form of those nutrients like trees do, so that it's accessible to the people around us in terms of fruits. That should be what we try to do with our speech, with our actions, with our attitude. We're not just here to take, we're here to benefit so that we can actually create an environment of benefit to the people around us, just as this is the legacy of our prophets, Alaikum salam, that they were the best of people in order to produce the best of people in the communities that they were in. We ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be kalimatin tayyibatin, good words, like a good tree, and creates that beautiful environment for us to sustain ourselves and for those who are around us as well.